right, let me get the camera to try to come up. I think we're good there. All right, I'm going to work on a collage and show you what I got. I'll let everybody kind of get in. That was at Janet's house. If you're watching on the recording on YouTube, then you might want to fast forward a little bit. This is an 8x8 wooden panel that I had put a alcohol ink and resin, and the resin wouldn't cure. So I pulled it all off, and the canvas was super sticky. So I just covered it with paper to start with. Hi, Eileen. So I just put dictionary and music paper to start with, and then some ledger paper, a little bit of Tim Holtz, some jelly printed map, music paper, and then when it was dry, I put my bird on there. So I'm ready. I was gonna do a torn paper collage, but I've changed my mind. In fact, I've even changed the bird that I'm gonna do. But I'll show you what I got from Joggles. So I got some more foil. They didn't have the Ranger one that I got. So this has, one of these is gold and one is an amber. They're very similar, but that's what I tend to use more of. So I got that. I got some craft plastic. So I had a notification. So they notified me that Joggles had it back in. This is the 25 pack. So that'll last me a while. And I'm going to use it instead of the UFO. Finish up the UFO that I have. And then I used all my Kathy Berg sprayed medical tissue. So I got 5 colors. They're all from the first. No, I take that back. Most of them are from the first release. Yeah, I don't know if I'll have to try it. We'll have to try it later this week. Take those bags. So I got Mermaid Lagoon, which I believe was the first release. Fossilized Amber, which is the first release. Spiced Marmalade may have been the second release. I'm not positive on that one. Broken China was the second release. And Peeled Paint. Those were the 5 that I got to start with. Those are the colors that I really, on the papers that I got from Kathy, a lot of it was this Fossilized Amber that I really was attracted to. And the Mermaid Lagoon, I like those together. I'm sure I had some peeled paint somewhere. She also had some pinks and purples, which is great. So I think we'll use those sprays for this bag, which is going to have an octopus on it. And I think if I use the blues and the greens with maybe a touch of the yellow on the back. Sideways, not up and down. Okay. They're not open yet even. So we'll spray this first. Like I said, I was going to do a blue jay with paper, but I'm pretty sure that I want yellow. So I'm going to change it to a yellow finch, which I'm going to paint in and then I think use colored pencils is I think what I'm going to do on this. So let me set that aside. Okay, that way it won't clog. All right, this is just the medical tissue cut down. Open those. I hate shrink wrap stuff. Yeah. And Joggles did a really good job of putting them in some individual bags so that if they were to explode or leak in the mail, they wouldn't get on other stuff. And this craft plastic, the mail, last time they put the envelope and they fold it in half and put it in our mailbox, and I had to lay something heavy on it. Okay, I got the bottom of that. There we go. All right, that's 2. I should have done this earlier, but it just came today. I also need brown paint. All right, so I'm going to start with the broken china. I'm shaking it sideways, Eileen. I think I'm going to put some paper towel underneath this too. And then we'll try the mermaid, because it's supposed to be the ocean. And then we'll open some green to that. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Gabby. Shauna, Kat, Jean. Yeah, once we get it on there a little bit, then we'll sprinkle some water on it, right? To get it to oxidize a little more. Hi, Iffy. It's good to see you again, Iffy. It's been a while. You're the Iffy that used to come to Ustream, right? If I remember. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hi, Norma. I'm struggling with the green and the wrapper. Fine. And we'll put some more of the lighter blue. Trying to get rid of the rings. All right, then we want to spritz some water on it, right, Eileen? And we'll get some oxidizing. We'll let that kind of dry. All right, heat gun. I am on the shiny side of the medical tissue. And I like those watermarks that I'm getting. The other thing I want to try on here, since we're, ooh, I have to say, I think I like this side better. Look at that. I think I'm going to use that side. I want to add some magicals on top of it. The one side that was waxy is where I sprayed it. It's softer. Let me spray this other side real quick. It does do those funny little rings. All right, let me spray water on that real quick and let it dry while I get out the magicals. All right. Okay, there's a blue. There's a blue-green. Let me dry this real quick. Yeah, I did spray water in the on top of it. I just want to dry this side and get some of those same marks on the other side. That we saw. And I'm wiping the tips on the bottles, and I don't think I'm going to use these today. Let me dry this side real quick. And then I'll flip it over. Eileen, you like all this because it makes a mess at somebody else's house, right? Yes, did you see that, Dot? They haven't said why, like the cause of the crash yet. If they know or not. Okay, that should be good enough before I flip it. So, but I don't know if he was on, like if he called out on a radio or, I don't think it was intentional. I think there was a malfunction and he was trying to land somewhere. Because it keeps saying on the TV, a hard landing. Okay, so I like this side better than the slick side. The good thing also is when I go to put the gel medium on, it probably won't move as much. But let's take, I have a dark teal, a light blue gold, a gold, and lucky green shamrock. They're from different sets. They're the Lindy's Magicals. Let's sprinkle some of those on the front and the back. And then we'll spray it and dry it. Okay, this is the Tahitian teal. It's a dark. Okay, let me set that to the side. And this is like a blue green. It's called Lucky Shamrock. And these are all have shimmer in them. Huh. Okay, this is the Azure Sea, which is a blue that's light, that's got a gold in it. We'll do the one side and then we'll have to repeat. And this is a gold. Okay. So let's spray that. And then we're going to sort of chase it around with the heat gun. I think I'm going to dip this down in it too. Just a second, I need two hands. Because I don't want to tear the tissue. Okay. Let's dry that and then we'll add some to the other side. I think that's about it. All right, let's dry that. It might need some gold real quick. I thought there was more gold, but there's really not up in here. And then we'll dry that. This is the medical tissue. I sprayed the oxides on the shiny side, Joyce, and liked the back better, so now I'm adding magicals on top of the oxide. All right, and then we'll look at just the tissue paper alone or the paper towel. All right, and then we'll put the octopus on here while we have it ready, and then I'll set it to the side. But it's probably hard to see the shimmer in the camera, but it's got just yummy mica shimmer. This is octopus. And then we can work on the bird while that dries and sets up. And that's just a pattern cut from a jelly print. Those sprays up. I'm just trying to clean up as I go. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Joan. Hi, Joycey, by the way. Teresa, Jillian. Anybody else I missed? Welcome. Okay, I'm going to take it off the paper towel. Look at that paper towel, Joycey. I'm going to trying to sort of clean up this underneath. I'm still amazed, really, how like resistant this is to tearing. That it actually is pretty easy to work with as a base. Okay, I'm just gonna try to put a wet layer down. It might move this magical a little bit to begin with. And I'm going to just sort of straighten it out. Okay. Right, I'm going to switch brushes in case I have. Somebody asked in one of the streams the other day, and I missed it, if I was melting something to the bag. The bag is over to the side. I'm not actually, the bag's not involved until, yeah, I'm picking up some of that green. Until I'm ready to glue it down on the bag. The bag's not involved. So I'm not melting anything on the vinyl bag. Okay, clean that up. All right, let me give that a little bit of a dry. Hi, Dot. I need to lift this real quick, just so I don't. This is the first time I did get a couple tears, which has not happened. But this is the first time I haven't used any of the sewing tissue first, really. So I'm not too worried about these tears. By the time they get on the bag, and I can salvage it. What I think I'll do, just to help it, is I'll probably put some tissue, some sewing tissue here and there. Is I'm going to take a little bit of the tissue and kind of put a bandage on the back till I can come back and add some color, but that'll keep it from tearing. And it won't be noticeable when I'm done. I'm going to give I need a coat. I probably should have had wax paper on the table or something to support it more from the moisture. All right. I'm going to let it sit on the bag for support and let it dry. Like I said, by the time I'm done, I'm not too worried about those spots. We'll come back to that a little later. Put the lid on the glue. My table's really sticky too right now, my craft mat. From gluing the other canvas the other day, I'm sure there's glue bits. Okay, switch gears. I'm gonna move the camera here a little bit. All right, let me zoom in. That's probably about as zoomed in as I'm going to get because I got to work. Otherwise, I'll be pulling it down and working out of camera. Well, I'll get the paint on there. That'll help. All right, so I'm going to put the branches in first, I think. And I'm just going to add a base coat of medium colors. This is Mississippi Brown. I may have to come back and do like 2 coats. And I think I've decided instead of doing paper that I'm going to do colored pencil on top of the craft paint because I know that the Hi Shauna, hi Mickey. We put the oxides on the medical tissue with some magicals and the octopus, and we're letting that dry. So I'm just putting a coat on the branches first. And I'm just using some medium tone colors so I can go lighter and darker with the colored pencil. Not like that. Huh. Work. What are you going to do? At least you're at home working. That wrap around the side there. I still have not resined the other 3 canvases, the wooden panels. If it doesn't turn out, then I may have more that I'm going to tear off and collage on. I'm turning it because I'm having a hard time seeing my design in the light with the glare. And I'll probably need to come back with a second coat. That either. Stick with what I put on there first of all. I think this will be smooth enough in most of the places where I'm going to work with the colored pencil. There's not too many bumps and lumps. I just wasn't excited by any of the gel prints that I had. When I looked in the drawer, and I thought, well, you know, I think I'd just rather use colored pencil. Okay, I think that's a pretty good base coat. Yeah, I'll bring the octopus back on in just a few minutes when it's dry. And I'll finish it using the Pitt pen markers and white Posca paint. Okay. All right, so I'm actually gonna, this is a green jay that I have on there, but I'm gonna do a yellow finch. And I have a reference photo that I'm using on my phone just to help me. I do want that brighter yellow now looking at that. So I'm going to start with some white and add a little bit of Hansa medium, Hansa yellow medium to the white. Again, I don't want my end color. I just kind of want that middle. Just a couple drops to get a yellow in there. Okay, a lot more of the bird is yellow than what is on my design, so I'm going to ignore a lot of that. And again, I'll probably have to use 2 coats. But I just felt like the yellow would pop better. That the blue jay was too going to blend too much. Thanks, Gabby. All right, I'm going to add another coat in here. And this is an opaque white that I'm using. Like I said, I am going to come in with colored pencils, so I'm not too worried about my lines. Because this is just a base coat of the paint. Okay, let me switch colors. I'm not going to use a black. I'm going to use a gray. And I'm going to use a couple different grays. Value 6 and value 3. And these are the Deco Arts Traditions, which are a little bit more expensive than your regular Deco Arts. But I like them better. They're just a little bit higher quality acrylic. They're not as chalky. Okay. As the craft paints. Okay. All right, then I'm gonna come in with some of the white. Come back in with some of the gray. Okay, I'm gonna that more gray. I'm just altering the body style just a little bit. Just kind of adjusting my drawing. Are you streaming this Saturday coming up, right? Shauna, you're back? So Shauna's on at 1:30 Eastern, typically. Okay, I need to put in gray there and let it kind of dry. All right, let me flip this real quick. Okay, let that dry a little bit. And then we'll add in more white. And we'll be ready to come in with the colored pencils. Okay, and we'll probably add some of that detail back in with a like a white Posca later. To help get it brighter. Let me turn this real quick. Okay, I think that's a pretty good. Get rid of that paint. Oh, I didn't do the little bird feet, but I think we can just hit those with colored pencil. I'll just grab a little white to give them a little oomph. That'll give something for the. It's 1:30 East Coast. She normally starts at 12:30 Central, which is 1:30 East Coast. All right, let me put the paints away real quick. No, we didn't do his little beak either. Okay, white. Let me put all the paint up. And I'm going to pull out the colored pencil drawers. Orange, red, white, and black. All right. So I'm going to pull out the Prismacolors. And I just want a piece of scratch paper. That's bingo from the other night. I think this almost hits most of what was on the first bingo. A lot of it, not in order. All right. I cannot read any of these colors. Canary yellow. That's good. Sunburst yellow. Oh, that's real good too. Okay, lemon yellow. I think those yellows will work. We might want an ochre in there or an orange yellow in a few places. This is Spanish orange. Yeah, that I'm gonna keep that Spanish orange out. Camden orange for the beak. This is a yellow orange. Keep that for some dark spots and the beak. Mineral. I think a little bit. I'll go yellow ochre for some of the darker areas. Put the drawers back so I don't spill them. All right, black. And I'm going to do a 90 cold gray, white, of course. His feet. I'm going to go light umber on his legs. And I think some sandal brown with the white should be fine. Or maybe even a gingery kind of color. Okay, I think I can use those colors. Let's, I can probably zoom this in. Was that Da Vinci watercolors that she used, Eileen? Hi, Janet. Love, love, love. Your calla lilies. They're coming out so pretty. Hi, Pat. Welcome. All right. So for those of you who came in, this is a wooden panel that I had done in alcohol ink. And then I did a layer of dictionary, music paper. Then my final layer was some ledger paper, a title from a music jelly printed map, some lyrics, Tim Holtz paper with the eggs. And that was all on there. Then I put my bird pattern, and this is just craft paint. Oh, I did not get what I needed for the branches. Dark umber. French, I like the French grays. So I'll probably use a couple French grays on the tree. And so I'll set those aside. The other thing I need for the tree is I need a blue. Ultramarine blue, I think. Or violet blue. One of those two. Okay, so when this is the ultramarine blue, I'm going to put one side of the tree branch. I want to put the ultramarine blue on. Usually I do the bottom. Of the branch. Which will make a difference later. Okay. And then I want to come in with dark umber. Right along where that blue is. And kind of where the joints are, where I want to kind of have a darker. Then I'm going to come in with a 70% and fill in some areas. French gray. All right, and then this is 10% on the opposite of the blue side. come back in with some darker here and there if I think it needs it. And then this is light umber. So I think that works for the tree branches. I'm gonna kind of keep it a little simple. Put the ones up I didn't use. And I'll keep the ones I used to the side. All right, let's work on the beak. It does not want to take the colored pencil. That paint may have been a little too slick, so I'm just going to add some sandpaper. And then I'll come back in with the white. It does not want to take that. Now it'll take it. And then I'll add the detail back in with the pen. Huh. You think, Dot? Okay. Oh, that's I need a more flesh tone for the legs. So this is just a beige. I still don't think that's which won't really show up on camera a whole lot. And then I'm going to come back in. with the white. Maybe a little bit of the sandal. Sandal brown, kind of. Like I said, that detail will be put in mostly with the pins anyways, but it gives it a little bit of a base. Okay, let's start laying in some of the yellow. I'm just doing a real light. Coat of that lemon yellow. I'm still seeing lines in here too. This is the ochre sort of towards the bottom and along some of the back. Canary yellow. I think I want to go with the sunburst yellow. Okay, let me. Add some more of that lighter yellow. And I'm going to come in with the white. Turn that. And I might have to come back in with some paints here and there to finish it. Fixing to go in with the black now. I need a lighter gray. Just noticed something. There's a little bit of gray right in here, which I like. I'm glad there is. All right. Okay. Let me get an eraser. I want to get more white on top. I'll just come in with the pen. I'll come back in here with a little yellow over the black because it's kind of fuzzy in areas. And I'll hit some of that with the Posca again. Because actually, there should be another white. Area right in here that I can squeeze in if I shorten these. And I'll just use the Posca. Let me get more of a point. Sorry, I'm not on camera. Okay, let's go in with a little bit of a gray in here, and we'll come back with the white Posca. Okay. I'm pretty happy with the colored pencil layer. Let me put the colored pencils back, and then we'll use the Posca pen to do some of the finishing details. And then I am going to get a little bit of a yellow paint that's a little brighter. I'm going to add on top of that. It'll also help with the opaque lines that I'm seeing. Not even sure if that's bright enough. Let me see if I have anything more. I'm going to see if I have a neon yellow anymore. I don't think I do. So really what it needs is a neon yellow. Well, that'll just have to be, but that did help with some of those lines. I'm blending some whites in there too. That'll just have to be what it's going to be. I'm going to let that dry. On the beak. That paint. Darken some of that black right in there a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna put some come into the feet here. Just kind of put some marks, some lines. Just to make that a little more dominant. Kind of soften that line along the yellow there. Let's take a damp brush where I put the ink where the white was. I just want to. All right, let's take the white Posca. Go in here. Brighten that up. Let me get the other. Indecisive there. There's a little bit of black right in here. And just, oh, that was not what I wanted. Thank goodness for baby wipes. Get that again. Okay, let that sit. I'll blot that. There we go. It helps with a little bit with the beak. I think I'm going to come in with just a little bit of marker on the edge of that. Since the okay, so I think other than I'm not happy with the hit some of that with marker too. Claws I wasn't really happy with. So I'll put that marker and then I'm going to come back in with some white. And kind of blot it and let it. Okay, so I think the bird is good. So I think really the only thing I want to do is add the string that I want to add. And I think he is done. I have some red sewing thread. All right, so I'm gonna get some gel medium. Okay, so I want it to look like it's in his mouth. So the first bundle up here, I need it to all be kind of so that works for that. And then the second bundle, I want to be coming out. I need little scissors. All right, I think he is done. put some thread. So that'll finish that canvas. And after it's dry, I'll put a coat of varnish on it. So that salvaged that panel. All right, here is the octopus back. He's stuck to the bag just a little bit. Okay. I need wax paper underneath them because it's got sticky on the back side. And then I'm going to fold the back up. I'm not going to do anything to the back this time. I'm just going to. I'm going to have to zoom the camera back out. I'm going to use I'm going to start outlining. Where the arms and legs are. And I usually pull back so it gives it that, and then I come back in. When this dries, it's permanent. These are pit pins. Yeah, I like the contrast of the coral and the blues. And if I think that there's too much marker, you can move it before it dries. So I can come in and take some of that out. Okay, so this is a circle for his eye. There's a circle inside. So I might come back with the brown. So I will go in there. Put that dark brown first. Some orange back in and then come trying to add some depth to that. And then kind of blot with my finger. That'll make Dottie happy. The eyes and Dot. And I'll just work my way around. Go around all the edges. Add the darker if I want to darken something. You have to remember the suckers are going to come on here too. Yeah, it's dark sepia and sanguine. Not sure how they pronounce that. Pull some of that back. Kind of block that. And you can see when you pull in how that kind of helps round it. Turn that real quick. And I'm just working from one side to the other. Thanks, Joan. real quick. Okay, then the head needs to come in there. I'm just adding some shadows in here and there. To kind of help with that. I'm close to being first steps done. Just these last few tentacles. Get that with a little bit of that dark brown. You gotta block that a little bit. Just about done with the shading. All right. One last little area, and we can go to the white Posca. Okay. So that finishes him shade-wise. Now we just need the suckers. Right, and I just do them in pairs. And I'm going to move around in different areas. When they're dry, I'll come back and add little spots in the centers. Okay. So let's let that. I think people are just watching. Come back in with the brown and some of these larger ones and hit a dot. I'll hold this up closer in just a minute. These really little ones don't get dots because I just can't get it small enough. If the marker is newer, I can get in. Or you use the smaller markers, have a finer tip on the brush. I actually prefer the skinnier ones. But you can sort of see. All right, go back to the white. Turn it upside down. Put a little white in the eye here and there just to help make it more 3D. And on the head. Okay. Some of those with brown spots. Try not to lay my hand in it too, or I'll smear them. And I'm not seeing chat right now, so I'll check chat in just a few minutes if there's any questions or... I think brown spots, and then I'll call this one done and put it on the bag. Some of this white is disappearing in the tissue. Okay, I think that's good. Put those up. I'll sign it along one of the tentacles here. take that wax paper out. Put it back under on the table. All right, so what I'm going to do is put pretty wet brush because I don't want to tear this today. It is a little more delicate since it's just a single layer. I want to keep more. Moisture in my brush. Now it is it's moving that, it's that spray. Because I sprayed it on this side. Okay, so let's put the bag down. Put the tissue over on the side. It is a lot more delicate without the layer of the sewing tissue. This is the first one I have not added gel paper and that kind of stuff. Okay, I think I'm going to tear the edges right here real quick. Of the tissue. Does not want to tear. Easily. There we go. Let me tear this other side. So obviously, as we talked about in Best Dreams, I'm tearing against the grain of the tissue. And I'm going to put the paste on here today. And start up from the bottom. Okay, let's put some more. Put that up there. And there's a tear right in here that I'm going to cover. Let's take a gift card and kind of hit that in a couple places lightly. going to go with. Washi's going to go up there in just a minute. All right, I'm going to cover him with a good layer. Definitely more delicate. Without the tissue. The back doesn't have any wet media on it. And wrinkles do not bother me at all. Okay, so that's all right. So let me pull that up. We need to get a washi. Yeah, it's a Mod Podge container. I use Mod Podge. I go through it so much. I know I should use like Golden's, but all right, let me clean my hands. We're going to get a washi and put a washi on it. I'm thinking one of the ones that are like a reddish orange. The rust color that we used the other day is what I think I'm going to use. I don't have anything else that would really... That's very wet, so... Let me hit this with the dryer real quick. But that should make it where I can flip this. I don't want to lay it down. I just want to wrap the washi around. I'm doing it in the air, sorry. All right, so that puts the, I'm just going to leave the back plain on this one. And that puts the washi. Yeah, Golden's is, like I said, I go through lots of it. And then I always cover with, like this is going to get sprayed with a clear coat or a varnish. So I'm going to let that dry just like that on top of a bottle. And when it's dry, then I'll put a spray of clear coat on it. The other that I was using was Liquitex gel medium. I got it on Hobby Lobby on sale for $2.50 or $4 something. I like the Golden's is more thick. This is more thin. The Golden's is really heavy if you want like to really secure something. So usually I go and get Michael's has Golden's and I use my coupon. I don't think Hobby Lobby carries Golden's. But I know Michael's does. Because sometimes I've gone in and gotten Golden's and used my coupon. So that's it for me. Like I said, this I'll I'll varnish too when it's good and dry. Or I'll spray with a good coat. Like to bag, I'll spray with the crystal clear and spray that. I may get triple thick spray. I really like the triple thick by Deco Arts. Yeah, that's what I do too, Norma, is on when I want the Golden's paste and stuff or mediums. Thanks, Dot. Thanks, Norma. So that was my last bag. So that finishes up all the bags that I bought. If they sell, then I'll buy some more and do more to sell. We'll see how they do in the art show, which is on the 22nd. So I won't be streaming on that Saturday. I'll probably stream. Well, Bob's fishing tomorrow and Thursday, so I might stream if nobody else is on. I might pop on and do a project. Tuesday and Thursday. Going back to see if I missed any questions. I don't think I did. So thanks for hanging out. Like I said, I'll probably stream maybe Tuesday and Thursday. Bob's going fishing both days. And then my normal stream on Saturday. Oh, I just realized that this was spilt and it resiny stuff is all under my, I hate resin. Unmixed epoxy and hardener are on the table over here. Trying to self-level. They fell out of a container. Thanks, Iffy. We're so glad to see you back hanging out with us. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to clean up this mess. And I'll see you later tonight if anybody streams. I don't think so. And definitely tomorrow. Bye-bye.